Hello guys, this is Brian back with an Avalanche AVAX token update. This is AVAX on a daily chart. As you can see, we went back in the back here and we formed this golden cross back here. And you can see we're bouncing between the 50 and the 200 here, bouncing around. We'll dive into this deeper. Looks like we have a wedge forming on this thing, and boy, if we get a breakout, that could be beautiful. We'll dig into this a little bit deeper here in a moment. Please hit that subscribe button. We cover 10 to 15 different coins here because most people don't just hold one crypto. I cover a few different ones. Like to read some news first about the coin and then go over the charts. So if you're interested, please hit that subscribe button. We'd love to have you here. Going to give away 100 ADA. That's Cardano tokens the very last day of the month. And we do a giveaway the very last day of every month. I think next month it's going to be 100 XRP. We'll see. We'll see how it turns out here. But all you got to do is be subscribed. That's it. So let's get into it, guys. Top 3 bridges for Avalanche is the first article I got. I'm not going to read the whole thing. I'm just going to highlight over it. It says discover the most important bridges in Avalanche. Okay, Bitcoin and Ethereum have received much attention from blockchain enthusiasts. But in both networks, transactions take a long time to complete and cost a lot of money. Yeah, I don't know if you've. I'm not bashing either of them, but I've sent Bitcoin, I don't know, probably 15 or 20 times through my crypto journey here, and it takes, it usually takes. Sometimes it takes up to an hour. It's not the fastest, that's for sure. But it says, however, Avalanche overcomes these limitations by using a cutting-edge consensus algorithm that maintains security, decentralization, and fast transfers with low fees. Before learning the best 3 Avalanche bridges, it is crucial to understand what Avalanche is. Avalanche is a blockchain network that aims to address the blockchain trilemma: scalability, security, and decentralization. Let's get down to these top 3 bridges here. It says TSM hashtag chose Avalanche as their exclusive blockchain partner and will be launching a subnet to bring at the Blitz app, the competitive gaming platform on chain. Buckle up because this collaboration could revolutionize gaming. Wow, that's pretty huge. Didn't know about that actually. But the top 3 bridges, it says number 1 is Avalanche Bridge, number 2 is Multi-Chain Bridge, and number 3 is Synapse. So, and it goes through each one. If you want to read this article and the whole thing, it's on Altcoin Buzz. They write a lot of great articles. We got one here that says Avalanche set to welcome Uniswap version 3 to its network. TVL, total value locked, set for impact. Sounds like they're expecting big things out of this. Uniswap has moved to launch on Avalanche before the expiration of its BSL. Uniswap is set to become the biggest protocol on Avalanche once it launches. That's going to be huge for Avalanche. On March 17th, Uniswap announced it would deploy on Avalanche and add support for AVAX. Being one of the leading decentralized finance protocols, the deployment of Uniswap could significantly impact Avalanche in terms of transaction volume and total value locked. So that's huge. Wow. Uniswap on Avalanche. There was a request for the Uniswap version 3 to be deployed on Avalanche and a proposal that some community members submitted. The business source license, which was set to expire on April 1st, was the catalyst. According to the initiators, the expiration of the BSL will allow developers to fork the Uniswap version 3. On March 17th, the voting ended with 26 million votes. Wow, there was a lot of people in on this, or 91.26% cast in favor of the proposition. Effectively, this meant Avalanche, which already supports over 200 protocols, would gladly incorporate Uniswap into its system. So huge news there. The Avalanche total value locked. Avalanche had about 281 protocols listed on it as of DeFi Llama's most recent data dump. More than 5% of its TVL has been generated in the last 24 hours, bringing the total to almost $821 million from all the protocols on it. Wow, heading towards that $1 billion mark. And it says here, yet Uniswap boasts a greater TVL, and its version 3 alone has over $2 billion. Wow, that's almost 3 times the size of the value that they already have locked, 821 million. And Uniswap version 3 alone has over $2 billion total value locked. Uniswap was on several chains, including Polygon, Arbitrum, and Optimism, in addition to the most recent deployment plans on Avalanche. Its TVL might rise as a result of the deployment of Uniswap. Its transaction volume might also be affected, which would have an effect on AVAX. Yeah, if you want to read this whole article, it goes down through here, all the metrics and everything, but it's on AMB Crypto, another great place to read crypto news. Get a quick look at the crypto bubbles for the day. Got a lot of red in there, a couple green bubbling around in there. The Crypto Fear and Greed Index, the market cap is at $1,218,000,000,000, up 0.72%. Volume over 24 hours is down 6.47%. Bitcoin dominance is rising. It's up 1.88% today. And we are at a 66 greed. We were at a 64 yesterday. Here's your biggest winners and losers for the day. Number one trending coin is Bitcoin. Love to see that. No matter what, how you feel about Bitcoin, it brings the money into the market. That's the bottom line. You want to see a thriving Bitcoin. When Bitcoin has its halving, we get our bull run. What brings the altcoin season is all the money that Bitcoin brings in, trickling down through the market. It really does. People are attracted by Bitcoin, and then they get looking and see what the rest of the crypto market is, and see all these great projects going on, like Avalanche and VeChain and Ripple, all of them, Cardano. There's so many great projects out there, and that brings the buyers in this game. So you want to see a thriving Bitcoin. That's for sure. So let's dig into this. This is on the daily chart. Like I said, you can see us bouncing between that 50 and 200 moving average here. We had that golden cross back there, which they don't show up. They just don't come around all the time. Last time Avalanche had a golden cross. Let's zoom out here on this thing and take a look. Last time this thing happened actually was way back during the bull run when the 50 was above the 200. As soon as we hit the bear market here, we fell under it, and we've been under it ever since. Haven't even come close to it. Look how far apart we were here. And finally, we have crossed, and that is always good to see. So let's get into this on the 4-hour and get a deeper look. But you can see this. I want to point that out before we do. Look at this wedge forming on this thing. You can see this trend line has formed up here, and on the bottom you can see they're definitely valid. We have 3 touch points up here, and so far, if you count each day on there, we have more than 3, but we have 2 good valid points down here. You can see this thing forming, and a breakout of that would be massive, that's for sure. And this Uniswap launching here on Avalanche could turn out to be massive. That could be the catalyst that sets this thing off. So let's see how far of a retracement we could end up getting on this move here right now that we're on. We're at a 50% retracement right now. Now the 4-hour RSI is reset at the bottom, and the 1 is reset. The daily is at the top, which is fine. That's not a big deal at all. Now, right now we're at that 50% on this retrace. We could come down to this 618. That's really a familiar zone for a retracement to happen. So don't be surprised if it does. Let's dig in there on that. I want to put a trend line on this move we got going on right now and see if this matches up with. Yeah, see how these things work. That's why you use them. I love trend lines. Look how we perfectly have bounced off that trend line. Here's the trend line, the trend forming, and you can see right now we are hitting that trend line. So don't be surprised if it bounces right off that. But it could do what I said earlier too. Could pull back to that 618. That's a very familiar spot for altcoins to come to. They call that the golden pocket. Yeah, it would break that trend line, but that's exactly what could happen. And trend lines, when a trend line breaks, That's why they're called trend lines. That's a break of trend, which you should be worried about. But a lot of times, you know, sometimes it turns out to be something to worry about. Sometimes it don't. Sometimes it's just a normal correction that happens to take out, you know, the trend line you have drawn. So I'm going to keep an eye on this thing the rest of the day. Wednesday we have the Fed meeting. That's going to be a massive day for crypto. Hopefully the numbers come out smaller than they're expecting, and we can, if they are, boy, strap in, man. It's going to be a busy day for the crypto market, I'm sure. That dollar keeps falling. I'm going to show you that, actually, which has been is always good for crypto. You know, it's not good for everybody. Nobody wants to see or lower purchasing power for your dollar, you know, but I pointed this out, you know, about a week ago. We've had this trend line running the whole way up. This is the DXY, the US dollar. We had that top out over here, and then we've been falling ever since. We fell through that trend line. It has back tested it now as resistance, and it is on its way down. You know, this thing could come the whole way down, back down to this level at 100.838. It could come the whole way down to this trend line down here, and that's on a weekly basis down there. So I'm going to zoom out and actually show you that, because that line has been forming for a very long time. Well, where did it start? Back in 2011, you know, so we've had this trend line from 2011, came back here, tested, got the bounce, you know, and now we're on our way down. We got lots of support down here around this zone, but a falling dollar means rising everything costs more: bread, gas, crypto, everything. So we're going to keep an eye on these prices throughout the day, guys. I'll get back to you. I don't do a whole lot of Avalanche videos, but I wanted to check in and show you guys what's going on with this thing. So please hit that subscribe button, and have a fantastic day, and I will check back with you on this thing. Thank you very much.